What you do in the first 30 seconds after waking up may be silently pushing your blood pressure to dangerous levels without you even realizing it. Most people assume their blood pressure is something they only need to worry about during the day. But what many don't understand is that the most unstable moment for your blood pressure often happens right after you wake up. Before your feet even touch the floor, your body is already going through a rapid shift. Stress hormones begin to rise, your blood vessels start to tighten, and your blood pressure can increase quickly, sometimes within seconds. For adults over 60, this shift becomes even more sensitive. The body doesn't adjust as smoothly as it once did. Small movements, even something as simple as getting out of bed too quickly, can create a sudden spike in blood pressure. And the most surprising part is this: it's not caused by a disease. It's not caused by something you ate. It's caused by a simple morning habit, something most people do every single day without thinking. And once you understand it, you can begin to change it starting tomorrow morning. To really understand why this matters, you need to know what your body goes through in the moments just before you wake up. While you sleep, your blood pressure naturally drops. This is your body's recovery phase. Your heart slows down, your blood vessels relax, and your entire system gets a chance to rest after a full day of activity. But as morning approaches, something very different begins to happen. Even before your eyes open, your body starts releasing stress hormones, primarily cortisol and adrenaline. This is part of a natural process called the morning surge. Its job is to wake your body up and prepare you for movement. As these hormones rise, your heart rate begins to increase, your blood vessels tighten, and your blood pressure starts climbing, often faster than you realize. In younger adults, this shift is usually smooth and controlled, but after the age of 60, the body doesn't adjust as efficiently. The blood vessels are less flexible, and the response system becomes slower and more sensitive. That means even small actions, especially right after waking, can amplify this surge and push blood pressure higher than it should be. So here's something I want you to think about for a moment. Have you ever paid attention to how your body feels in the first minute after you wake up? Or are you moving on autopilot doing the same thing every morning without noticing the signals your body is giving you? Because awareness is where real control begins. In adults over the age of 60, this morning blood pressure surge doesn't just happen. It often becomes stronger, faster, and far less predictable. Over time, blood vessels naturally lose some of their flexibility. The inner walls become stiffer, and the body's ability to regulate pressure smoothly begins to decline. At the same time, many people develop small amounts of plaque inside their arteries, often without any symptoms at all. So when that early morning surge of cortisol and adrenaline hits, it's not just a gentle rise in blood pressure. It can become a sudden spike, and that spike places immediate stress on the blood vessel walls. This is one of the reasons why doctors consistently see higher rates of stroke and cardiovascular events in the early morning hours, especially between 6 and 10 a.m. But here's the part that most people overlook. You might check your blood pressure during the day and think everything is under control. But what's happening in those first minutes after waking up may be telling a very different story. Have you ever measured your blood pressure within the first 5 minutes of waking? If not, you're not alone. Most people never do. And that missing information could be the most important piece of the puzzle. Now, at the exact same time this pressure surge is happening, your body is also dealing with another hidden factor, dehydration. After 6 to 8 hours of sleep, your body hasn't taken in any fluids. You've been breathing continuously, losing moisture with every breath, and your system has had no chance to replenish it. The result is that by the time you wake up, your blood is slightly thicker than it was the night before. This may not sound like a big deal, but it changes how your cardiovascular system works. Thicker blood moves more slowly and requires more force from your heart to circulate. So now, in those first moments of the morning, you have three things happening at once. Your blood pressure is rising. Your blood vessels are tightening. Your blood is thicker and harder to pump. This combination creates the perfect conditions for a sudden and potentially dangerous spike in blood pressure. And here's a simple question. Do you usually drink water right after waking up, or do you reach for coffee first? That one choice can influence how your body handles this critical moment. Now, let's talk about the habit that quietly makes all of this worse, and almost everyone does it. The moment the alarm goes off, most people sit up quickly, swing their legs off the bed, and stand up within a few seconds. It feels completely normal. In fact, it feels efficient. But in that exact moment, your body is already under peak stress from the morning surge. When you stand up suddenly, gravity pulls blood downward toward your legs and lower body. Your brain needs steady blood flow, so your heart is forced to react instantly, pumping harder and faster to compensate. In a younger body, this adjustment happens smoothly. But after 60, the system becomes slower and less stable. Instead of a smooth transition, you get a rapid fluctuation in blood pressure, first dropping, then spiking aggressively. And that instability is what puts stress on your cardiovascular system. So think about your own routine for a moment. When your alarm goes off, do you get up immediately? Or do you give your body a few seconds to adjust? That small difference may matter more than you think. This sudden drop and rebound in blood pressure has a medical name: orthostatic hypotension. It happens when your body struggles to regulate blood pressure quickly enough as you change positions, especially from lying down to standing. You may recognize it as that brief moment of dizziness, lightheadedness, or even a slight foggy feeling when you first get out of bed. Many people assume this is just a normal part of aging, but in reality, it's a sign that your cardiovascular system is under stress. When blood pressure drops suddenly, your body reacts by pushing it back up quickly. This creates a sharp fluctuation down, then up, which can strain your heart and blood vessels. In someone with already elevated blood pressure or reduced vascular flexibility, this can become risky. If you've ever felt dizzy when standing up in the morning, that's your body sending you a signal. It's not something to ignore, it's something to understand. Because once you recognize the pattern, you can begin to change it. Let me share a real example that brings all of this together. A patient in his late 60s, active, disciplined, and consistent with his medication, experienced a sudden collapse just moments after getting out of bed. He wasn't exercising, he wasn't under stress, it was a normal morning. From the outside, everything about his health seemed well managed. His daytime blood pressure readings were stable. He followed his doctor's recommendations. But what no one had ever discussed with him was what happened in the first minute after waking. That morning, he did what he had always done, stood up immediately. At that exact moment, his body was already under the combined stress of a hormonal surge, dehydration, and vascular stiffness. That sudden movement triggered a rapid shift in blood pressure. His system couldn't stabilize fast enough. It wasn't one big mistake. It was a small habit repeated every day, at the worst possible time. So what can you do differently starting tomorrow morning? The first step is incredibly simple and most people skip it entirely. When your alarm goes off, don't move immediately. Stay where you are for a few seconds. Let your body begin the waking process gradually. Take slow, controlled breaths deep enough to expand your chest fully, then exhale slowly. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the part responsible for calming your body. By doing this, you help counterbalance the surge of cortisol and adrenaline that's already happening. Think of it as giving your body a chance to wake up safely instead of forcing it to react instantly. Just 10-15 seconds of controlled breathing can make a noticeable difference in how your body handles that initial pressure spike. The second step is one of the simplest and most powerful changes you can make. Drink water before you stand up. After a full night of sleep, your body is naturally dehydrated. Even mild dehydration can make your blood thicker and harder to circulate. By drinking a glass of water before you even leave your bed, you begin restoring fluid balance immediately. This helps thin your blood, improve circulation, and reduce the workload on your heart during those critical first minutes of the day. It may seem like a small habit, but its impact is measurable. And here's something important to consider. Most people reach for coffee first thing in the morning. But caffeine can increase heart rate and stimulate your system even more right at a time when your blood pressure is already rising. So ask yourself, what's the first thing you drink in the morning? Because that choice sets the tone for everything that follows. The third step is about how you transition your body from lying down to sitting. Instead of sitting up quickly, roll gently onto your side first. Then use your arms to push yourself up slowly into a seated position. Once you're sitting, pause. Don't rush. This gives your cardiovascular system time to adjust to the change in position. Your blood pressure begins to stabilize and your body can redistribute blood more evenly. This small pause acts as a buffer, reducing the shock your system experiences from sudden movement. Most people skip this step entirely, not realizing how important it is. While you're sitting on the edge of the bed, take a moment to activate circulation. Gently move your feet, rotate your ankles, flex and extend your toes. These small movements activate what's known as the muscle pump in your legs. This helps push blood back up toward your heart, preventing it from pooling in your lower body. It's a simple step, but it prepares your body for standing. Think of it as warming up your system before movement. Without it, your body has to react instantly when you stand, which increases the risk of instability. Now, when you're ready to stand, do it slowly. Press through your legs and rise in a controlled way. Once you're standing, don't walk immediately. Pause for a few seconds. Let your body stabilize. This final step allows your blood pressure to fully adjust before you begin moving. It's not about moving slower for the sake of it, it's about moving smarter. And this is where the entire sequence comes together. Altogether, this process takes less than 90 seconds. But those 90 seconds can dramatically reduce stress on your cardiovascular system. When repeated daily, these small adjustments create a more stable blood pressure pattern over time. Consistency matters more than intensity. You don't need a major lifestyle overhaul. You need small habits done correctly every day. So, to summarize clearly, avoid sudden movement. Hydrate immediately. Transition slowly. These 3 steps help your body manage the most unstable moment of the day right after waking. And the best part? They cost nothing. They require no equipment, just awareness and consistency. So here's your action step for tonight. Before you go to bed, place a glass of water next to your bed. That's it. You don't need to change everything at once. Start with 1 step. And tomorrow morning, give your body those 90 seconds. It's a small investment with a potentially big return. Before we finish, one important reminder. Everything shared here is general information designed to help you understand your body better. It's not a substitute for personalized medical advice. If you're taking medication or managing a health condition, always speak with your doctor before making changes. Your health is unique, and the best decisions come from combining knowledge with professional guidance. Before you go, I want you to take a moment and think about your morning tomorrow. Not next week, not someday. Tomorrow morning, will you wake up and do the same thing you've always done? Or will you give your body those 90 seconds it actually needs? Because sometimes it's not the big decisions that change your health, it's the small habits you repeat every single day. So here's what I'd like you to do. Tonight, place a glass of water next to your bed. That's your first step. And tomorrow morning, follow the process we talked about. Now, I'm curious, which part of this surprised you the most? Type 1 in the comments if you're ready to change your morning routine. Or type 2 if you're going to start paying closer attention to your blood pressure. Your comment might not just help you. It might help someone else realize what they've been missing. And if you know someone over 60, share this video with them. Because one small change at the right moment can make a much bigger difference than most people expect.